Maral, which means deer. I grew up in a house overlooking the mighty Caspian Sea. My mother has always been a strong and independent woman. She was very firm that her children be raised close to nature and with discipline. Her rules were simple. Wake up at sunrise, be in touch with nature, learn and experience, and most importantly, be happy. Have dreams and work towards it. I'm very thankful to her and my two brothers, Milad and Purya, for allowing me such a wholesome childhood. Our imaginative powers flourished because of our mother's simple rules of life. We were encouraged to be independent in thought even at an early age, and we have been taught nothing is impossible in this world. My mother was a very intuitive woman in many ways. She's responsible for every dream I have realized so far. And here is the story behind my achievements today. I've been told I was very choosy about what I would wear even as a kid. I loved to choose my own style and colors. I wanted to be different and unique. To the extent that she sent me to our neighbor's house to learn basic stitching so I could create my own pattern when I was 7, and that was the start of my dream of having my own brand. Constant travel and backpacking stories of mom encouraged me to want to own similar stories for myself and maybe my children someday. That's how I backpacked 67 countries till date and will be going around the globe soon. Still remembering that morning with a giant bike parked next to our house, full of boxes and bags, and the guy with helmet and riding gears got down. Till mom and dad gave him food, I had good 1 hour to look at the bike. I really wanted one of those. Had no clue what it was, but I was so attracted to the look of the rider and that giant bike. In my life, my constant thirst to learn has always been the driving force that has made me move from one place to another. When I was to go to college, I packed up my entire life, even some sand and seashells, everything that was dear to me, and moved to Tehran, the capital city of Iran. It was an invaluable experience, living in a big city, less nature, more humans. Noisy, and reality was different there. It was here that I learned the single most important lesson that I have learned in life. Happiness is a choice. Finished my BBA and decided to move to a bigger world. Initially, I had my eyes set on the UK. Thanks to one of my teachers who asked me, why not the spiritual land, a country of contrast and colors, India? Felt it. My heart was gravitating towards my India. My ever-intuitive mother once more was there to support me with words of encouragement. Travel, observe, live your life, she said to me. 16 July 2004, around 1:25 p.m., entered the motherland, India. My new, different and beautiful world. I found great comfort and faith in Lord Ganesha and Meher Baba. I couldn't explain it then, but India was very quickly becoming an unshakable part of my identity. After graduating with an MBA degree, I wondered if I should finally move to the UK to pursue a PhD. But then, no. Fate had other plans for me. My India story was not over yet. I decided to pursue my PhD specialization in marketing from the University of Pune. And simultaneously, I started working as a management trainee with a luxury real estate company, Panchashal. The chairman of this company allowed me to learn as much as I could, and further gave wings to my dreams and become my growing business. I'm deeply grateful for all of the opportunity this job provided me. I devoured every bit of learning I could, and quickly rose to head of the retail department in this company. But that small girl by the Caspian Sea still lived within me, reminding me that there was more dreams that was yet to be achieved. October 2013, Paris. That's when and where Maral Yazarloo, my very own couture brand, was born. People start calling my brand Maya, which is my name and surname combined in short, which very aptly means the wondrous and mysterious power that turns an idea into a physical reality. There is a famous quote: the world needs dreamers and the world needs doers. But above all, the world needs dreamers who do. I couldn't agree more. My life so far has been a story of dreams being realized. But more importantly, it is a lesson in the importance of grit and discipline and positivity and focus.
Now, I would like to call upon the stage the team of Humanity and production house of Mr. Farz Khan, that is Farz Khan Productions. And I would like my chief guest to be on stage this time, but she is not going to do anything. Praveen Sharma हमारे guest of honor हैं. If he is around, can I please have him on the stage? कविता मैम, तीस्ता मैम, प्लीज स्टेज पे आ जाइए. नामिका मैम, आप भी आ जाइए. The entire team of Humanity, please be there on the stage. आइए. Thank you so much, Dr. Maral, and it's a pleasure to have you on stage. जी, मैं अपनी चीफ गेस्ट को ना कई बार बुला चुकी हूँ, बहुत बार, है ना, लेकिन वो बुलवा नहीं पाई हूँ, तो वो आई वुड लाइक हर टू से few words for us, please.
Thank you. First of all, I'm really glad to be here and see such a wonderful women, because I believe women have power and they are the one who actually can run in any field. I know maybe you girls or you guys are thinking, well, I'm here because I'm the only foreigner here. I'm gonna say I moved to India 15 years back, and I believe your nationality not gonna be the country you born. Nationality will be the country you love, which for me is India, and I've been here for 15 years. When I got here, I was 20 years old, 21 to be precise, and then I studied here MBA and PhD in marketing. And I joined in a company called Panchashil, and I worked for 11 years. And then fashion designer as well, launched my brand in Paris, Rome, Milan, London, and then in India. 15 March, which is close to a year now, I decided to leave India and travel the world on my motorbike. And when I was in India, Iranian women are not allowed to ride a motorbike, and I born in Iran. When I got to India, I actually got introduced to biking. My first bike was Harley Davidson 1200cc. And I was the only woman who had attending Harley Davidson India national and international ride to Bhutan. Then I bought a Ducati, and I became the first Indian woman to own and ride a Ducati. Then I bought a BMW GS, and I became the first Indian woman in the BMW GS. Yes, for the biking. And then I clocked around 124,000 kilometers in 5 years, which they call me Queen of Superbike of India. And 15th of March, I decided to leave and set the new record and come back. I had a very dear friend who is a photographer and documentary maker with me. We started together. Unfortunately, around 4 months back, he couldn't continue the ride when we were in Argentina, because he got a problem with his health, and everybody were waiting to see what I do. And I decided to continue solo. And then I don't have backup, I don't have agent, I don't have anybody to do anything. Until now, I crossed 25 countries, 63,000 kilometers and 5 continents, and my last continent's been Africa. Been Antarctica. I carry Indian flag with me, and that's the first flag go up. And then I've been a first rider from India who put the flag up in Antarctica, and for many other countries. I came here because I have to do the paperwork, and I got a call from Faraz Khan, and thank you so much for the invite. I'm here only for a week or 10 days, and I'm flying back to Africa. My next leg is Africa and then Europe. And the flag gonna be up for Asia and Middle East, not as a woman, as a rider, because there is not been a man do what I'm doing. That's the reason when they say women, I'm like, watch out if you wanna say they can or not. Because I proved it, and everybody tell me then I should not ride solo in Africa, but for me is, I'm gonna go, world is a beautiful place, and I can definitely do that. And whatever we go through it, because I majorly don't stay in the hotel. I put a tent up, middle of nowhere. I cook my food on the road, and I wake up the next day and continue. Maybe you cannot imagine how that's gonna be, because there is weather, there is different situation, there is different things which will be harmful or dangerous for the women as well. But thanks to God, and thanks to all the people and the friends who are my well-wishers, that till now gone really, really well. And I'm glad to say that another 5 months, the flag of India and definitely my birthplace, Iran, gonna go up as the first one in Asia and Middle East. Yeah. And in my design, whenever they ask me, when I showcase in Paris, then London, then I came back to India, they ask me who you want to make clothes for. What is the ideal that you have? And my answer to that was, for me, the strong woman and achiever is not the one that we know on a TV or we hear in the news. For me, even my office girl who's trying to survive and going through the battle in her life, for me is an achiever, and I will be really glad to design for them and do anything. All beautiful women here. I'm gonna be on the road for another 5 months. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I design my everything on WhatsApp and send it back, because I'm studying design and culture wherever I go in the small villages of the world. You're most welcome to message me even I'm on the ride. Whenever I have Wi-Fi, I will be glad to design for all of you girls. And here is a discussion, and all the beautiful women thanks their husband, dad, brother, and the male in their families, which I really believe being feminist doesn't mean to be against men. We live in a man's world, we love them, we respect them. And you all said this story about your husband, and now hear my story. When I started, as she was shocked actually to hear that, I was single, I was working for the longest time, and I had an old friend which kept coming and meeting me, and then we finally thought that we want to make this serious. When he proposed, I accepted, and I was middle of the ride. Then he said, I do not want you come off your route to marry. I come to your route and we marry. He flew to Peru, and I got married in Secret Valley and Machu Picchu. All the families, everybody came there. One day after the wedding, I was back on the bike and riding. There are men in this world, like all of you who are sitting here, which are the great support of the women. My husband came, and then we rode together to Bolivia, and of course, I was riding, he was sitting behind. And when he's really tall, and when he sat behind, I asked him, anywhere of you hurting because you're really crumpled? He said, yes, my ego. And he could manage that, and I got married on the end of October. And after 4 or 5 months of the marriage, that's the first time I got back home. And everybody said, I think you will be the first bride in the world who come home after 4 months. And leaving in 2 weeks. And everything is possible. I believe on I never give up, and nothing is impossible in this world. Thank you so much for having me here. It was such a pleasure. By the way, I understand Hindi. I can talk, but everybody laughed. That's the reason I don't. Thank you. Thanks a lot.